The story is about two girls who switch places, and one is a princess in an ancient Indian kingdom, and the other is a girl who's from a very poor family in the same town. And the poor girl's mother is a seamstress, and she has been hired to make a fancy cake for the coronation of the next leader of the country. And so the girls end up meeting in a mango garden at the palace, and the princess is very frustrated with her dull life as she sees it, her dull and lonely life. So she quickly switches places with Rani, and they end up sort of living one another's lives for a period. I don't want to give away the ending, but it ends more happily for both of the characters than it begins.
Video has a context of looking at something within the frame of the screen. And since we are walking into a theater experience, I want it to feel larger than just what you would imagine on a TV or on your phone.
I have always been fascinated by Bollywood, and I know that our students at Imagination Stage love Bollywood music and Bollywood dance, and I think that it's something that's popular in American culture and a sort of entry place for all of us into the world of Indian culture. We are using projections and multimedia primarily to move us from location to location, and then also supplement within this world the things that cannot purely be done with theatrical magic conventionally. So with lighting, with costumes, with staging. And so projections in this sense, I'm thinking of, since we're going down the Bollywood film route, as the green screen, the special effects, the things that sort of bring the world to life that we can't necessarily do always live. The story has a lot of Bollywood classic Bollywood elements to it. It's a big epic story. It's kind of melodramatic. The characters are often either very good or very, very bad. There's some silly comedy in it, which is fun. And there will be singing and music and dance. There's also a good bit of magic and some ghosts. So we are going to use some sorts of visual, digital elements to help convey the magic and some of the dream and nightmare sequences that are in the story. In terms of moving us from location to location, we have to change scenes very, very quickly. So one example is that at one point we start off in a mango garden, and so on the walls we're going to see the whole space transform from what we consider a palace into a more outdoor garden space. It's my job to try and get everybody at the design table on the same page. What are we trying to do with this story? Why do we want to tell it? What's the most exciting part of the story? What's the message of the story? All of those things are things that I try to give my opinion about in the design process, and then I rely on the creativity and the expertise of the set designer, the costume designer, the lighting designer, the video designer, all these different people to contribute what they can to help tell, hopefully, one story that has a cohesive point to it, and so that an audience member can come away with one strong impression and not a feeling that they've been to 10 different shows or that things are all headed in different directions. Even though Anu's play is set in ancient India, the kids are going to recognize things that are very familiar to them about the characters. The need to have friends, the feeling of being jealous of someone who seems to have a lot more than you do, the problem of being shy sometimes, the need to help out your family when they need you. These are all things that happen in the play, and they happened long ago and they happen right now too. And we all need to find our way through those kinds of challenges in our lives.